Thank you very much, Senator Runciman. Thank you for your leadership. Minister Uppal, Member of Parliament Chisu, representative of or the director, I should say, of the ATU, Mike Mahar, as well as Michel Rousselou, president of CUTA. Thank you all for being here. As was just stated by Senator Runciman, this is an opportunity to bring attention to a very serious issue in Canada, and I want to begin by extending a special welcome and thank you to representatives of the Amalgamated Transit Union and the Canadian Urban Transit Association, as it is their members who work hard every day to get Canadians to work and to their destinations, and to do so sometimes in difficult circumstances, to do so safely in all kinds of weather. And we hope, as a result of this legislation, that they will now be able to do so with greater protection. While they will be the primary beneficiaries of this legislation, it is truly all transit riders and users and Canadians generally who will be better protected. So we're here to highlight that on February 28th, 2015, a new deterrent to violence against transit workers came into force because of Bill S-221, also known as the Act to amend the Criminal Code, Assaults Against Public Transit Operators. These employees now have one more reason to feel safer on the job and to go about their important responsibilities with more confidence. This Senate public bill was introduced, as stated by Senator Bob Runciman, who has really worked tirelessly to see this bill come to fruition. His commitment to and his involvement in public safety stretches back many years, including his time as both a public safety minister and a Solicitor General in the province of Ontario. I know from speaking to him and from other reports that he consulted widely on this bill and put a great deal of pressure on all of those involved to see that the bill moved quickly through the system, which it did so, I note, at an unprecedented pace. He's done so, of course, with the greatest of motivation, the belief that we need to do more to protect vulnerable people. Le projet de loi a été pareil à la Chambre du Commune par le député conservateur Cornelio Chisu et a reçu l'appui de notre gouvernement parce que nous croyons qu'il faut défendre les victimes de crimes, ceux qui font preuve de violence envers les travailleurs de première ligne de transport, presser une menace énorme sur la sécurité du public, doivent encourir des peines qui sont proportionnelles à la gravité de leur crime. I should also mention that my colleague Tim Uppal, who will speak in a moment, the Minister of State for Multiculturalism, has been a very enthusiastic proponent of this legislation. He tells me, as have others, that he's heard directly from bus and taxi drivers across the country about being assaulted while on the job. And so I'm pleased that he has been such a strong advocate, and I thank him for joining us here and expressing those concerns as well. Transit operators, as we all know, provide invaluable service, enabling millions of Canadians to travel every day. They deal with a range of passengers, as we can expect: students, seniors, new mothers, persons with disabilities, everyday commuters, all who appreciate the value and convenience of affordable public transit to their communities as well as their pocketbooks. Many transit operators will tell you that dealing with their passengers is, in fact, the best part of their job. Unfortunately, on occasion, some passengers can be difficult due to intoxication, abusive, or even violent behavior. And operators have had to develop special skills necessary to deal with certain volatile situations. It's unpleasant enough when verbal abuse occurs, and there is, of course, a line that is crossed with respect to that type of behavior, but transit operators should never have to deal with physical violence, and that's what we're attempting to deal with today. Now, what makes the situation worse is that anyone who assaults a transit operator is also potentially endangering the vehicle's passengers, along with those in other vehicles, pedestrians, on the street, or the public at large, which could cause devastating circumstances. Canadians, I note parenthetically, take over 2 billion trips a year on various transits, and in fact, there are on average 5 assaults against bus drivers every day in Canada. Notre gouvernement est déterminé à faire du Canada un pays où ceux qui, contrevenants à la loi, sont puni et recevoir une peine et conséquences. En effet, les Canadiens et Canadiennes perdent confiance en leur système de justice lorsque celle-ci ne traite pas les victimes de façon juste et équitable. Ce projet de loi correspond bel et bien à notre détermination à défendre les victimes et à aider à sécuriser davantage nos rues et nos collectivités. The foremost responsibility of any government is to keep its citizens safe. We believe that this act to amend the criminal code will help us to reach that important goal, raise awareness, and I should note as well that it received all-party support, which is an anomaly in today's Parliament. I'm also pleased that the amendments to the criminal code will require, as the Senator has stated, sentencing courts to consider assaults against public transit operators as aggravating circumstances. And so now I would like the Minister of State for Multiculturalism, Tim Uppal, and then we'll hear from MP Chiso as well, to say a few words, and I again take this opportunity to thank them for their sponsorship of this legislation. Merci à vous.